Yo, people, what's going on? Back again. Another episode of Footy Talk. What you saying, bro? You got a trim, yeah?
Come on, Rants, lads. Standard. Finally got the haircut botched. Back in the gym. Got a little routine going, my mate. So it's been a better week than, when we usually come on the show and we're like, how's your week been and all that. It's been a much better week this week than other ones. So, do you know what, lads? I've had a sham on. You had a good week, my mate.
Yeah, sweet, bro. Can't complain,
in the
man.
face, lad, since you've had a shave, yeah?
Yeah, bro. And I've lost fucking weight as well, so it helps. Do you know what I mean?
That's what you want, lads. That's what you want. I saw on your story you were saying, that you're the same weight or similar to the same weight that you was for your fight.
Near enough. This is the best. Near enough. You know what I mean? This is like the best shape I've been in since my fight. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I'm looking to take it to another level, mate. You know what I'm saying? Back playing football now, so drop a few more kilos and that. You know what I mean? And yeah, sweet, bruv. Loving life right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Hall of Fame, bruv. I haven't seen, all I've seen, yeah, is that Shearer and Henry thing. I'm starting to see bare other names. Were there more than them that got inducted, or what happened?
Wait, what? What's happening?
Did you not see the Hall of Fame induction today? Yeah, they've done a Premier League. The first two in were Henry and Alan Shearer. So
Is this a new thing? Like, there's
brand
no Hall
new
of Fame
today, bruv. Brand new. I've never seen anything like it. I've never heard it, bruv. It's brand new, fam.
Who's in it so far?
Henry and Shearer, bro. That's what I saw.
That's standard. Yeah,
which is standard, yeah. But I'm seeing other men say that there's next man. Oh, there's nominees, bruv. Put the nominees in the chat then, bruv. Because I saw the Henry and Shearer. That's all I saw. Oh, there's a fan vote to say who's in there.
Wait there. Someone get these names in the chat then, because I
get
want
the
to
names
review
in.
it. Is Carragher in there?
Someone said that his name was in there, bro.
Yes, Carragher, easy, son. Fucking correct, G. He's botched it. He couldn't even get into the England team, and he's botched his way into.
But that's what I'm trying to say, bro.
Yes.
He couldn't even get an England team, bro. Like, that's a fucking joke, innit?
That's what you want, lad. Fucking is right, Carragher.
Henry,
you always see him in Crosby, lad. So next time I see him, I'm going to be like, he's right, son.
Ah, fucking hell. Henry and Shearer have been inducted, rightly so. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I saw a picture. I don't know why it looks like them man got dressed together, blood, because they were in the same clothes. But honestly, I think as far as nominees go, them two, like, bruv, it just makes sense, innit?
Do you know what as well? Very fine with them being the first two. Like, I know that, you know, you should look at in other positions, but let's just be real, mate. Thierry Henry, and regardless how high you rate him as a player, everyone rates Thierry Henry, we know that, but how high you rate him or however much he means to you doesn't really matter, because you know he's a legend. And Alan Shearer, not only has he got the goal scoring record to back it up, but yeah, mate, he had injuries and everything, and he still ended up being the top goal scorer by a comfortable mile for a comfortable amount of time. So yeah, them two deserve fair shouts. If there's any other people that like absolutely have to get in there, I saw a few people mentioning Ryan Giggs, and even though I think he's an absolute twat of a person, if we are just looking at football, and he is a knobhead, I just want people to know that the distaste I have for Ryan Giggs is massive. But in terms of just football, he's got to automatically get in there.
Bruv, he's got more Premier League trophies than anyone else. However, it's one of them ones where it's like,
I wouldn't involve him if I'm the Premier.
I wouldn't involve him in it, because I don't believe that he deserves to be celebrated at all. You know them ones. He's already got his trophies. But
what I meant, it's like we know that he deserves to be there, though. Like, we know I wouldn't be branding it. I wouldn't be branding Ryan Giggs over anything. But we know deep down, based on football and ability and what he achieved, you've just mentioned it, however many Premier Leagues.
Yeah, 13 or something like that, bruv. Like, honestly, I'll just post him. I'll post him his thing, but I'm not celebrating him, innit? Like, you can't celebrate Ryan Giggs, bro. Like, you can't, innit? So it's one of them ones where
in the toilet paper where to wipe me ass. That's what I'll send Ryan Giggs. Not getting nothing.
That's what I mean. So I think, honestly, it says official. It says David Beckham, yep, he'll be in there. Eric Cantona, absolutely.
100%.
Andy Cole, absolutely, for what he done at Newcastle and United. Rio Ferdinand, yep. 100%. Keane, yep. Schmeichel, yep. Mercy, that's all. These are all the United players. But what about the other players? For me, Frank Lampard has to be
Steven Gerrard.
Them two need to be near enough next in, bro.
No two shiny shits about it. I thought they would have been in front of some of them names, and they all deserve to be in the list. But obviously I realised that's just Man United.
Wayne Rooney can't be in the list because you have to be playing. He can't be in the list for this year because you can't have. It's for people that have been playing after January. If you haven't been playing since January 2020, and Rooney was still playing, so he has to go in the Hall of Fame next year.
Okay. I was going to say that's a travesty. Otherwise,
that's how it works, bruv. Like you can't be in this year's Hall of Fame because.
Is there any Tottenham players who get into this?
Gareth Bale, I don't know. Maybe Teddy Sheringham, but he'll get in for Man United. No. Ledley King will be in there. Ledley King will be in there. Yeah, Ledley King will be in there.
Okay, fair enough. I was just saying, are we getting someone in there for Tottenham, for the Tottenham fans out there who were obviously so devastated that they fucking couldn't win another trophy? Did you see Lee from Arsenal Fan TV? Did you see the video he posted up?
He's a horrible man, innit? He's
one fuckhole. He's one fuckhole. He's fucking brilliant. I loved him, lad, when I saw that on his page. He took the time. He went, hey, whoever was holding the phone for him, he went, hey, hold this. I just want to say something dead quick. And they were the words that came out. You could see it weren't even planned. That just came out on the spot, man. He just thought, I'm going to use that line. And then I'm just going to be like, he's one fuck all yet again. Feel bad for Harry Kane, man.
Absolute madness. Do you know what I'm saying?
Gotta go.
Absolutely. Yeah, Scholes for sure. We all know. Do you know what I mean? But let me go through. Yeah, he wasn't eligible. He won't be, not for this year. Ledley King has, I think for Tottenham. Les Ferdinand for Tottenham, but also for Newcastle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, defo. Someone's just said here, Vieira, Company, Bergkamp, Schmeichel, Gerrard, Ferdinand, Keane, Rooney, Terry, Cole, Lampard, Giggs. I mean, we've just mentioned Giggs, but Rooney, he's what you've just said, he's not eligible. But the other names, mate, I've got no problem.
That's what I'm saying. So it'll be interesting, man. To be fair to see, but I think that listed there is pretty much your dead certs, innit? Like they're your dead certs, 100%. But you see how naturally, when you do a Hall of Fame, you just gravitate towards the English players because it's so natural. It's so natural to do, innit?
It's because we know as well, we don't have as many elite footballers come from this country. So when we do, we want to get them in there and we want to throw them in the conversation. There's a very good conversation that most of the English footballers that we rate so highly aren't even as good as we think they are, but they're not. They actually are.
They're not. They're not. They're actually not. Like if you watch world football and you watch football, they're not in it. Like, you know what I mean? There's a reason why. Like a lot of these players, cool. Like they did it at their club level, but surrounded by foreign players, and that at international level they didn't do it.
It was because when the foreign players started flooding in. Is when the league,
but that's what I'm saying.
Getting a bit more spicy.
When the foreign players started coming in, that is when the English players started to develop. They started to benefit from playing with better players, both in training and also on the pitch. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is, unfortunately, bro. It's like because of the media and everything like that. This is a prime example of Xavi Alonso, bro. Do you know what I mean? Massively underrated, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's massively underrated because everyone was talking about Steven Gerrard while he was pulling the strings in that Liverpool side. So this is exactly, and then he went on to pull the strings in that Real Madrid side.
Alonso was insane, and then
in the Bayern Munich side. Do you know what I'm saying? So
even when he retired, he was still good, very, very good at football. Like very, very good. Like he could have still played for. He could have done like a Modric, play for many more years just based on how he plays, just based on how good his passes alone. That's kind of one of the last things to go. Your ability on the ball.
When you think that Paul Scholes played till 37, 38, Xabi Alonso could have done the same thing. He just chose not to. He probably just fell out of love with football and had enough money and said, you know what, I'll call it a day. Or maybe he got injured. I'm not really sure. But one thing I know...
Well, if you go off of filming, bro, If you're just a player who really, like, if your career and your life, you live your life off fulfillment and just trying to achieve the best that you can. If you're Xabi Alonso, you've won the Champions League with Liverpool, you know, you never won the Prem, but you came close in your last season and whatnot, but you still won the Champions League. Went to Real Madrid, won a fuckload of trophies there, and then you went to Bayern Munich just to add a couple more. What more do you need to do? Go to PSG? You don't need to do that. If you want to start doing your coaching badges, which is what he's just done to become a manager, then that's brilliant for him. Do you know what I mean? But he could have, as you said, lad, he could have kept going. No doubt.
Absolutely. No two ways about it. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Taking into account the gig scenario, exactly, the Terry scenario, yeah, is hard as well. Because the reason why they'll put Terry in there is because, like, even though, yeah, it's less recent, and also, even though we know what John Terry did, yeah, he got found not guilty, blood. So it's one of them ones where
Evidence
they can't.
Says he's done nothing.
Yeah, the evidence says he's done nothing, even though it's on video. Yeah, you know, like that.
Not evidence now, Rants. Apparently, we're just.
It's not no more, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So even though we saw it on video, the verdict was, yeah, like there wasn't enough evidence, even though we saw it in it. And then, obviously, off the field activities as well, like, do you know what I mean? With his best friend's missus and that. Do you know what I mean? It's not quite his brother, but do you know what I'm saying? It gets like that. So it's one of them ones where really, on a human level, he, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's knocking around that Giggs ballpark, but because it was less recent and he's still in the game coaching and he's kept himself out of the news more recently, do you know what I mean? There's a recency bias in it. So I think that they'll slide him in there a lot more shamelessly. But Ryan Giggs, bruv, is peak, bruv. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the geezer's literally, his name's in the papers every day right now for stuff that he's doing. You know what I mean? He's just been charged. So I can't see them touching him in it. Like,
They shouldn't, lads. At the end of the day, you know, it's a bit of a weird one how we look at certain footballers, because there's a lot of us that love football that much that we don't like look into. I'm not saying we, but there's football fans out there who don't look into anything beyond football. And if that's what you do, that's absolutely fine, by the way, because if you don't want to look into the politics of every situation and want to just enjoy football for football, all the better too. Yeah, you're saving yourself mega stress. But for people like me and you, who like to look into things and whatnot, Giggs just simply can't go in there. You know, you can't. It's just, like, you know, even if you want to put yourself in the shoes of the Premier League, if you're them, that should be a no-brainer. Even though it's a bit of a sticky one, because we've already said, one of the most successful players to grace the league. Still though, mate, if you're a knobhead, and you should not be celebrated, as you mentioned. So I'm fine with Giggs not getting in there. I'm not going to lose no sleep. I wouldn't anyway, to be fair, but you know what I mean.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's an absolute madness, man. But it's gonna open loads of debates in the coming days, coming weeks, whatever.
Just that whole thing alone is gonna, 100%, lad. Like, this player should be in it, and then once we've got like a set 20 players or 23 players, it's gonna be like, well, what about him? What about this lad? And then
exactly, and then we'll be like, well, then what's the parameters, for being a Premier League Hall of Famer then? Because, do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are the parameters? Because obviously, like, with the WWE, it's a bit different, innit? Like, you get certain men that are just cult heroes and that. They don't necessarily have to be champions, whatever, but they can just be big personalities and get in there. There's loads of players that have contributed massively to the Premier League, but probably ain't won anything. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So there's a lot of them that are like household names. You see them popping up on Premier League years doing madness, but they probably didn't win trophies. Does that mean they don't get in? Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I'm intrigued to see how, as well, about how, like, do you know, in 10 years' time, if they keep doing this Hall of Fame thing, how prestigious is it? Do you know what I mean? Like, how much does it actually mean is what I want to know. Like, so how will the fans view it? Are they just going to think of it as, like, what? When we talk about Thierry Henry, we're talking about a Hall of Famer. Or are they just going to, like, just talk about the trophies that he's won and just forget the fact he's a Hall of Famer? So, Thierry Henry and Alan Shearer right now are Hall of Famers. Am I getting that right? Like, they're the first two inducted.
The first two inducted.
But, like, do you know, like, in WWE, as you just mentioned, they promote if you're a Hall of Famer. WWE Hall of Famer, Ric Flair. You know what I mean? Like, they full on go for it.
Yeah.
What will we do the same? Is that the approach when we're having fan talks about who's better, Henry or whoever?
Oh, I think they're definitely gonna push the Hall of Fame thing now, bro. Especially on stuff like Match of the Day and all that.
Right now, it's bollocks, though. Can we admit that? Like,
because it's only the first two.
Yeah.
So the first two, innit? When more people start getting inducted, then we're gonna start to kind of see what the Hall of Fame actually means, innit? Because in wrestling, not just anyone can get in the Hall of Fame, innit? So it's one of them ones where when we start to see the kind of names they put in there, that's when I know if we're taking this shit serious or not. But right now, not really sure. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying. So yeah, like it's gonna be super, super interesting. But I think I don't know. I think it's a good idea.
I like the idea.
I wouldn't say that I thought it was needed. It definitely wasn't something I was thinking, oh, you know what? We need a Hall of Fame. Like, nah. It's not that deep,
It's not at the top of the Christmas list, I'll tell you that.
Do you know what I mean? We can just get referees to get fucking decisions right. That'd be brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Use VAR properly. Shit like that. Stuff that a bit more important than that. Do you know what I mean? And then all the other stuff can come after.
As well that uses a Hall of Fame. They sometimes use, like, so for example, WWE, they don't always put wrestlers into the Hall of Fame. They'll put people who work for the company, so like referees, like managers of wrestlers, you know, like a Paul Heyman, for example.
Yeah, like a Paul Heyman or El Hebner and that. Yeah,
or like the fella who walked out with the Undertaker, kind of forgot his name.
Paul Bearer, yeah.
Is that who you said? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So friggin'...
Yeah, Paul Bearer does Paul Heyman as well.
I wondered if we'll do the same, like if we're going to
start... Yeah, obviously, they're going to end up putting Mark Clattenburg in there or something. Like the referees will get
the referees won't get in there, bro.
I think they will.
I
think they could, bro.
Well, you know what I'm saying? This Hall of Fame bollocks then, because that's what I want to know. Because, you know, when it comes to this, I want to know who's the one actually judging this. Because it's most likely someone who counts money.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Who decides who goes in the Hall of Fame? Guys, do you lot actually know who actually voted for these people to be the first in or whatever? Or was it the Premier League or was it players, ex-players? Who decided who were going to be the first people inducted? That'd be very interesting to know.
The seconds I see my team in the Hall of Fame, I'm just not putting any more interest into it.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Like, so Steven Gerrard's a Hall of Famer, Thierry Henry's a Hall of Fame. My Dean isn't a Hall of Fame.
Well, the thing is, he kind of is, though, for the wrong reasons.
He's a bellend, lads.
Because he's a household name, because he's a bellend, but he's still a household name, bro. It doesn't matter why. You know them ones there, when you look at flipping that Paul Heyman and that, bruv, like, he was an arsehole the whole time in wrestling, but, you know what I'm saying? He was still a massive character, bro. Like,
I wondered if there's going to be, like, any shit players who's going to get inducted in there.
No, yeah, bro, Carragher, innit? Like, he's due to be inducted,
fuck off, lads. Being disrespectful, Carragher.
Carragher was a fucking water carrier at best, man. Like, bruv, like, you know how shit...
Bruv, you know how shit from striker to fullback to centre-back and dominator with Sammy Hippier for about 10 years. Bruv,
man said he went from striker and the geezer's got 2 left feet. He ain't even got a first touch. How was he ever a striker? What the fuck? Bruv, I heard the story from Carragher, yeah?
That he had the Heskey on the bench at England.
Bruv, he was saying how he used to play up front, and at one point he was one of the best players in the area of Liverpool he grew up. I can't understand how that was ever a situation where Carragher was better as a striker than anyone, bruv. I can't even, like, he hasn't got feet, bro. Like, normally, when you see players, like, when I see David Luiz at centre-back and someone says, oh, yeah, he used to be a striker, it makes sense, because at least he's good on the ball.
Like, he can take free kicks and that, yeah.
Like, Carragher's not good on the ball, bruv. Like, he didn't even score a goal for you, did he?
Nah, he scored, like, 4.
Nah, fuck off, man. He scored own goals. I mean, actual goals,
he scored goals, lad. He nearly scored against Everton in the last game against them.
Nah, fuck off. Like, I need to see this. Carragher Premier League goals, man.
Lad, he scored about 7 or something.
Nah, bro, fuck off,
calm down with the spit comments, people, for fuck's sake.
No goals. Hold on. Where are we?
He scored goals.
Nah, how many goals has Jamie Carragher scored? I'm on the official Premier League website, so you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember him
going off career goals there, but yeah, but go ahead and check the Prem.
Yeah, bro, Premier League goals, blood. He ain't got none, fam. I'm sure.
Yeah, chat and shit.
Nah, he's got 3 goals still.
Wait!
Yes. I don't remember them.
Give the man credit where the credit.
I don't remember seeing him ever scoring a goal, man. You know what I mean? But the Premier League thing says he scored 3 goals. So he scored 3 goals. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where honestly, yeah, like for you to be a Liverpool player and not play for England, yeah, you were shite, bruv. You know what I mean? Like that's a madness.
Hey, a bit unfair to say that you're shite when you're competing with Rio Ferdinand and John Terry.
Yeah, but make the bench or make the squad at least.
He was
bruv.
on the bench. He was on the bench.
I don't think I've ever seen Carragher in an England kit. I swear
That
down.
was the training one. It was the training one most of the
That's
time.
what I mean. I've never seen him in an actual kit. Like, I don't remember seeing him in an actual England kit. I remember seeing Danny Mills in an England kit and not Jamie Carragher. And Danny Mills was shy. You know what I mean? So I don't really know about Carragher, bro.
Let's rank Premier League centre backs and let's see where Carragher fits into there. Or like
he's not in the top 50, blood.
Nah, no, sorry, let me rephrase. Premier League English centre back, and he is in the top 50.
Oh, English centre backs. All right,
yeah, because
cool.
like we're talking about Dingo, aren't we?
Yeah, but he's not even better than Jagielka, bro. Like, do you know how bad Carragher was? He was.
Hey, chill yourself. Hey, chill yourself.
Cahill.
No, slow your
all these men are better than Carragher. Cahill was miles better than Carragher.
You're chatting shit like this because you're doing it to
I swear, Carragher
I know
was
that you're doing
pants.
it. No. Don't use any word like swear. Like, don't use them type. You cannot say to me, I swear Phil Jagielka is a better player than Jamie Carragher. You are chatting absolute nonsense if you're chatting that. What's better about Phil Jagielka? He's slower than Carragher for starters. Even now, Carragher would smoke Phil Jagielka, and Phil Jagielka's still playing in the Prem.
I don't know, bruv. I don't know. Jagielka's better on the ball, better in the air. Carragher is a bit short as well for a centre back.
He was 6
barely.
Yeah, and still he's done a very solid job. If anything, you should be giving him more points.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like Carragher was he just kicked people, mate. You know what I mean? He wasn't good, bruv. Like, he wasn't good. He was passion in it, and he was you lot, even though he was an Evertonian in it, but we won't talk about that. But it's one of them ones.
That was when he was 10. I'm sure there's a few Man United players who have played.
Bruv, I've seen this geezer in a fucking Everton tracksuit in the last 3 years, mate. What are you talking about?
Didn't you see Gary Neville win the Liverpool kit a few years ago, lad? So behave yourself.
What the dare that he had to do, like?
Yeah, still, lad. If you're talking.
Nah, he wore the Everton kit because he was on Sky Sports in the Everton kit doing the thing with the Everton team, bruv.
Still done it.
Everton lad, you get me? But anyway, Carragher was like Billy Basics, innit? But obviously he's one of your own, innit? So you lot loved him.
I'm not just backing him for that. Like, listen, I more than loved him. You know what I mean? Carragher is an.
He wasn't a baller though. I'm not gonna lie. Players like Danny Murphy and that.
He's not a baller. He's playing in the Prem from 1997.
I hear that. But players like Danny Murphy,
whatever.
like Danny Murphy was better than Carragher, bruv. And he never got the respect he deserved, probably because he was playing in a team with very good midfielders
and centre backs.
No, but I just mean in just ability, like Carragher's just had no footballing ability, bro. Like, he just put a lot of effort in, bro. Why is that
overlooked when a footballer? Whenever
he was just a Brexit centre back, bro. He was
get on this. You know, whenever me and you talk about like footballers and all that, you seem to disregard mental and like putting effort in so much. Like for example. You've just brought up like Phil Jagielka, this, that and the other. He does not have more heart and fight than Jamie Carragher in any sense of the imagination. Jamie Carragher was a warrior, and that shouldn't be overlooked, lads. You can say passion merchants all you want,
but you can have talent,
some ability.
You can have heart and fight and ability, like Nemanja Vidic, like John Terry.
Benitez as his manager, lads. Do you think Rafa Benitez looks at Jamie Carragher? If he's so shit like you're saying, he's not starting.
If Jamie Carragher was foreign, Rafa Benitez would have sold him.
That makes no goddamn sense.
It makes loads of sense. Do you know the amount of influence, yeah, that someone like a Jamie Carragher would have over the dressing room? Did you see when Villas-Boas came in and dropped John Terry? He got sacked within 3 months. You can't do that.
You can do all this, by the way. You can chat about Jamie Carragher and say he's a shit baller, but the facts are facts. He was playing in the Premier League at a very high level. He won us a Champions League in a very important side. And you know what, lads? Second half of that Milan game, he done a fucking job. First half, everyone was shit. But listen, second half, it was a job done, well done. A Champions League final. Short on the Prem, but it is what it is. Listen,
I hear that. But yeah, what other shit players are gonna get in the Hall of Fame? Sammy Hippier was well clear of Jamie Carragher, but yeah, we know that.
Yeah, we know that, but like, still, doesn't mean Carragher's shit.
Nah, that's not why he. That's not why
was
he's
an
shit.
amazing centre back.
That's not why Carragher's shit. There's loads of reasons,
that you
but
just mentioned. Nah, there's not, because any reason that you've just mentioned does not tell me that Carragher is shit in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't, Rants. My G, lad.
I hear that. I'll never respect him as a footballer. He's a decent pundit, though. Know what I mean? When he's not spitting at kids, it's all right, bruv. You know, like that. But
Hey, listen, lad.
who else?
Personal jabs and that, yeah, on the pitch.
No, but I'm saying, like, who else? Who else is in the Hall of Fame?
I'd say in the Hall of Fame, you have to go with Cristiano. Oh no, he's not in. He's actually still playing, so
he's still playing, so he can't be in it.
But when he retires, he's certified. Even though it was time ago, he's got.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Yeah. How about this for a shout? Fernando Torres.
Hey, Fernando Torres has to be in there. He has to be in there. He has to.
Baller.
Just because of what he done when he joined Liverpool, because of what he done, I think that he'll get inducted a bit later, but he will be in there.
He ends up getting in there, yeah, even not for this one. And the thing is as well, he done his great performance. Like, we noticed he was a very good striker at Liverpool, and then he got the trophies at Chelsea. Do you get what I mean? So now he's got both arguments to kind of like back up why he can go in there. He got the Prem with Chelsea, I believe, didn't he?
Yeah, and I think he got a Champions League.
League. But like, say if we're just talking Premier League alone and we don't even think about Champions League, even though he had a massive part to play with the goal he scored against Barcelona.
But that's what I'm saying. Man say he flopped at Chelsea, but he got trophies though.
He got trophies. This is what I'm saying. He was amazing at us. One of the best strikers in the world at Liverpool. So he's proven he's a good striker, and he's done that for 5 years. Then he goes to Chelsea. Very mediocre striker, to say the very least, but he got the trophies. So now he's got both parts of the argument that you would need to get into the Hall of Fame. Hence why I would say Torres, whether it's this one, next one, he gets in there at some point. He's chesty now, Torres, as well. So
the man is saying, is Oli in there? No way, bruv. Yeah, he's known for what he done in the Champions League final and that, but bruv, his contributions in the Premier League, bro, like, bruv, he never started for us, bro. He's a substitute. Like, there's no way, bruv. Man ain't thinking of no Prem legends. No way, bruv. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you look at who, like, for instance, even if you just look at strikers, them man are gonna look at who's in the 100 club, innit?
Yeah,
he's not in there. You know what I mean? That's what they're gonna do in the Premier League most of the time. They're gonna look at that. They're gonna look at players like Emil Heskey. All of them players, they'll end up in the Hall of Fame, bruv. Gianfranco Zola has to be in there.
Michael Owen will still get in there.
What's that?
Michael Owen will still get in there.
Yeah, Michael Owen will still get in there for his contribution to the Premier League, bruv, and the amount of goals he scored for all the clubs he played at. Do you know what I'm saying? Dennis Bergkamp will definitely be in there. Obviously, Cantona, but
Cesc Fabregas and Yaya Toure is two phenomenal shouts, by the way.
Have to be in there, bro. Both of them have to be in there.
Shouts.
Have to be in there. When Mo Salah retires, he will be in the Hall of Fame because I think he's got the most golden boots.
He's also got the leading. I believe he's got the record for the most goals in a season in a Premier League campaign.
Oh yeah, in a Premier League season since they cut the number of games, innit? Mm-hmm. So there you go. So he's got that, and he's got the most golden boots. So he's definitely going to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, there's no two ways about it. Eventually, yeah, Lukaku probably will be as well. He's in the 100 club. You know what I mean? He scored loads of goals for West Brom, for Everton. Scored a few for United.
Has to be. When he was at West Brom, he like proven, no, I'm just a goal scorer. And then he's done it at every club. Even at Man United, where people thought he was shit.
He still scored a decent amount of goals. Do you know what I mean? Peter Crouch will definitely be in there as well. He played for England.
He deserves it though as well. Like, I know it's not a baller, but just for the contributions that he made.
He was a decent baller, but bruv, he contributed for England, and also he was a massive personality. While he played, do you know what I mean? It's not just about trophies. While he played, he was a big personality in the league. Do you know what I'm saying? The dancing, the celebrations, all these other things. I think he's definitely, bruv. There's loads of players, that entertained us over the years that probably aren't the best players, not the most decorated, but they're a shout for the Hall of Fame, even if it's just for fucking goal celebrations and that. You got players like Luwa and that used to do bare backflips and shit like that. Yeah, like these people, yeah, they're memorable footballers. There's loads of memorable footballers that played in the Prem.
Like even if they just done like a skill or something, yeah, like,
yeah,
right.
Even like a Kocher and that, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like doing rainbow flicks and stuff like that. Them kind of things, people remember those things. Do you know what I mean? The Hall of Fame doesn't have to be, I scored 150 goals, or do you know what I mean? I got X amount assist record, or I won 10 Premier Leagues, bro. Sometimes it's just your impact on the league itself and what you brought to the league.
James Milner and Gareth Barry are two names that if
they'll both be in there.
Hall of Fame,
they'll both be in there for sure.
Mate. They've got it. Like Milner's still playing, so fair enough. But Gareth Barry's been retired. I believe he's retired, but if he has, he's been retired for like a year or so. So he
Gareth Barry will get in there.
He's got the most appearances as well, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah.
So that's a long.
And another one's up there is Brad Friedel as well. Like I think he's
these type of players, yeah. Like James Milner's quality and like Gareth Barry's quality, like they are good players, but these kinds of remind me of like so. For a UFC example would be Donald Cerrone. So someone who's been in the game a long time. He's won fights, lost fights, but he's still in the UFC. Whereas I just saw Tyron Woodley, who, yes, he's on a 4-fight losing streak, but before that, won 5 title fights in a row. So they've just released him. But you've got Donald Cerrone, who's been winning and losing for years, but it's because he's got the stats like the most finishes in the UFC history, the most wins. He's an iconic figure because he's got all these stats. So when you've got a stat like the numbers, most Premier League games, that alone, like Gareth Barry deserves it anyway, but that stat alone will tell you.
That puts you in there.
Like, do you know when he's walking out to receive his trophy and they're reading off stats, that's going to get read out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and people are like, wow, that's boss, that.
Yeah, facts. 100%, bro. And that's what it is. Hall of Fame isn't like, bruv, it's everything. It's what you bring to the game. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Man saying, and I mean, Robbie Keane as well. You're saying, oh, you're naming too many players, bruv. Do you know how many people in the WWE Hall of Fame? They induct people every single year, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
About it, even though there'll be so many players in there'll be so many players that won't be in there.
But that's what I'm saying.
We're still going to be saying shit like, wait, but he's not in Hall of Fame. And then, like, you can look at the list and say if, like, a gold star means you're a Hall of Famer and you're seeing someone like, I don't know, Jermaine Defoe, or as some people are mentioning, like Robbie Keane or something, or just even someone boss, like when Ronaldo retires and he's still not a Hall of Famer, we're going to be thinking, wait, what the fuck? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? And even when you say people like Paolo Di Canio, just what, bruv, man, remember when he pushed the ref and that, bro? Like, you know, the ones like he's had memorable moments. People like Shay Given as well, bruv. Like, you know what I mean? Long Premier League career. Like, them kind of man will be in there eventually, bro. Like, they will, just because of their contribution to the Premier League. Players like David James as well.
Santi Cazorla gets in there at one point. But then when you start to realise how many people actually deserve a shout, you then realise if you only do a select few each year, then it's actually a lot of players are going to be missing out for some time. Which is actually why I don't think I mind this, because, you know, like this conversation that we're having, like he should be in there, he shouldn't be in there. Like, I think... Because even over time as well, we're going to see, as you mentioned before, what the perimeter is to be able to get into the Hall of Fame. We'll start to see that more and more as time goes by. If you start to see, like, bin men get put in there, then, you know, you're not going to really put it to a high prestige. But
there you go. Like, my man saying Nasri. Players like Samuel Nasri ain't getting nowhere near the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nowhere near it, bruv. And that's what it is.
He's not as thingy as many other players. He's just not as high level in terms of what he's done, even though he was a fucking great player.
He was, but he's not getting nowhere near it, bro. You know what I mean? Santi, because he's Spanish and because he didn't really impact the Premier League massively, we all know that he's a brilliant player, but it's not just about that. They're looking at players. They're either going to look at you for stats, appearances, do you know what I'm saying? Or they're going to look at your overall personality, or your leadership or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have anything that stands out about you as a good player, you're not getting in there, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Someone just said they put Nasri in over Peter Crouch. You just can't do that if you're going off everything that we're talking about. I said, you know, on the player, on the ball. Mate, Peter Crouch has got the most headed goals in the league. That's a big achievement in itself.
And he's got a great touch. And they had them mad celebrations. Peter Crouch was actually like a cult hero, innit? Do you know what I mean? He was a cult hero, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So because of that, when you look at it, it's not just on footballing ability. It's not just on footballing ability. It's gonna be what you've won, what influence you've had on your team, all these other things. Like it won't just be that. And when you look at the names here that they're saying are dead certs, all of them were influential players at their football club. The likes of Lampard, the Gerrards, all these guys. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of them would have captained their team at one point. And there's loads of different things. So there's loads of players that you guys are mentioning ain't getting nowhere near this Hall of Fame, bruv. Nowhere near. Not even.
Like
even great players
ballers,
like David Ginola and that. Great player.
Yeah,
but
all
he's
these
probably
techie
not gonna be
ballers
in
that
there.
you have got in your head, replace them with the James Milners and the Gareth Barrys of this world, because they're the ones who are getting in this Premier League Hall of Fame. Go with them.
Honestly. 100%, bruv. You know what I'm saying? What's been going on with Liverpool anyway? Like United just announced Eric Bailly signed a new contract. You man, what's the deal with Konate? Yeah? Is that done?
Yeah, well, that's basically supposed to be more or less it's done. Do you know what I mean? Do you know one thing I do want to talk about though, Rants?
Yeah.
What was trending last week? You might not know this because I know you're not on Twitter much, but this is like just a question that I'm going to answer myself. What was trending on Twitter last week? FSG out. That was trending on Twitter for a good day or two, bro. Right. Before Newcastle, I was hearing there's going to be this protest at Anfield and whatnot. Weren't really highly spoken about, I'm not going to lie. The organisation didn't seem great from an online point of view, but I still thought, you know, we're going to get a few people here and we'll make a little bit of noise and let it be known. 100 to 150 people turns up. I belled me mate in there, like, so lads, I'm going to be on my way now to this protest because I was going to leave the watch along and everything, and I was going to be like, I'm going to make me way, and he was like, because he lives by Anfield, so he can basically look out of his window and see if it's busy or not. He's like, lad, no one's here. Like, there's a few people over there, but it's not like a big massive protest. And I'm like, wait, really? Yeah. And then I go on Twitter to type in like about the protest, see if there's people there and getting video. Nothing. So I'm just thinking to myself, right, so we're all chatting on Twitter, we want FSG out, and I know Twitter isn't the whole fan base, I get that, right, but I'm seeing like there's not many people during that Super League exchange where they were saying FSG in, and then the second they apologised, I still see many people saying no, they've lied to us, you know, they've turned their back on us. But then a day or two later goes by, and then it's like, oh, but we've just won the Premier League, we've just won the Champions League. I hate that. Like, I genuinely
Bro, football fans are fickle as shit. That's why, even with all the marches, United had a few thousand people out there. Do you know what I'm saying? Arsenal had thousands out there, like nearly 5,000.
Smashed it.
I believe the Arsenal fans. The reason why I believe the Arsenal fans is because Arsenal ain't won fuck all in a minute, yeah? The team are so low down in the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're genuinely in pain. A lot of these United fans and these Liverpool fans, because they've got relative success here, still kind of in their head, whether it's you lot, obviously more recently, you've won a Premier League, a Champions League. Even though we ain't won fuck all with Ollie, these lot seem to be in love with him anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So because of it, it's kind of like, these guys can be bought, man. I'm telling you, if Liverpool go out, buy a couple players in the summer, you ain't going to hear no more FSG noise. Same with United. They go and sign Jadon Sancho and all these flip-flops, yeah, that were out there with their fucking banners singing, yeah, they're going to be in the stadium fucking singing Jadon Sancho instead of protesting, bro.
No, this is what I mean, though. So, like, we go out, so we've already bought Konate. That's another thing I didn't like as well. Even though I spoke about it, I spoke about the Konate signing on my channel, so maybe people could say this is hypocritical of me, but I knew, and I said this in the video where I was talking about Konate, I said I'm happy about the signing because I've wanted Konate based on the type of player he is. He suits our style of play. Young player, 21 years of age. You can't buy experience. Well, you can buy experience, but it's very hard to get the type of experience that he's got at such a young age. Yes, he's had injuries, but they're not actually as bad when you look into the type of injuries that they are. It's like, it was a good signing, but the timing of it, I knew in that moment, and I said it on my video, this is just going to make people think, oh no, FSG, they're doing everything they can now. So what? Because they made a little apology video, this, that, and the other. They've what? Like, what else have they done? Like, this is the thing as well. Before the Super League, and I've told you this, I was more on the fence about whether I was FSG out or not, and I was going to make my decision in the summer after I saw how we invested. But once that Super League got I only needed one more strike, Rants. That's all it was for me, bro. It didn't even have to be the summer. It just was one more thing. like, if it was a little minor thing, then I might let it go. But something as big as that, lad, I'm like, you've just not told us about fuck all. I don't care if Chelsea and City and United never told their fans. You fucking tell us. Like, if you got something so drastically that you want to change, I would like a little bit of notice on that as someone who has loved this football club way longer than you have. It would just be nice information. I know that they're doing it from a pure business standpoint, but that's what I didn't appreciate. That was the last straw for me, bro. And then just to see fans, as you mentioned, just kind of like fickle fans. And it's not that deep for some people. So, like I said, some people just want to enjoy the game, and that's fine. It's the ones where they're on Twitter and like FSG out, but they're not doing nothing about it. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, well, you don't want them out, do you?
You don't. You don't, but that's what I mean. A lot of these man, they like the idea of getting the owners out, but they're not willing to do what it takes to get them out, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's just what it is, bro. Them guys are jokers, mate. How could you have a couple hundred people turn up to a protest? That's embarrassing. And Liverpool's not even big, so it's not like these geezers had far to fucking travel. Do you know what I mean?
No.
It's a joke, man.
It's literally in the middle of the night. But listen, lads, I think, and this is my prediction, in due time, we'll find out the hard way. That's the way I think of it. And I love to be proven wrong. Listen, people think as well, like, I don't want FSG to do good, bro. They own my fucking football club. I want them to do very well, believe me. And I do give them the credit. In terms of a financial point of view, we're not in debt or any crazy shit. They've got us stable. And listen, that even can't be overlooked, because we could get a new owner. And how many people is there really out in the world that can buy a club for however much they'd be buying Liverpool? They rejected a 3 billion. Don't know how true it is, but they rejected a 3 billion bid the other day.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I don't know if I believe that, though.
But you know what, though? I bet you any dough, if they actually did get a £3 billion bid, they actually probably might reject it. Might. Because it's one of them with FSG. I really do believe they've got big ambitions with Liverpool, so I would love to be proven wrong. But they've done a few things to the point where I'm just like, this is not... Like, fans in due time, after a few more mistakes, will realise basically what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, you can say sorry once, but do you mean it? That's what I'm waiting on. Do they mean that they're sorry?
That's the thing with them. I just feel like they're sorry they got caught, bruv. You know what I mean?
That's what I said.
That's what it is, yeah. Like, they're sorry that it went down the toilet. Because when you watch that apology, he didn't really look that upset, to be fair. He was just kind of like, oh shit, you've rumbled us. You know what I mean? Shit happens, guys. We move, innit?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was. He was like, yeah, I'm sorry.
It weren't sincere.
He was just like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit shit, but...
Do you want me to tell you what it looked like to me? Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck do I know? But what it looked like to me was, oh, do you know what? If we do a little video, that's something that none of the club has done.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, that'll be fine. Mate, I'd rather you get someone at the club to write some big paragraph just saying apologies, but be specific with what it is. You can do a video all you want and that, yeah, but what it looked like to me is that you're so desperate to get yourself out of this situation, you're willing to do things that you probably weren't willing to do beforehand, such as showing your face on a video, apologising to the fans, and you thought it'd get your brownie points, which actually they thought correctly, because it did. You know what I mean? The fans are back on board, this, that, and the other. You know, this Kanate news, which actually isn't even confirmed, by the way. It's just a big, massive rumour that looks like it's going to be done, and it's to be announced. But it wouldn't surprise me if they've gone, no, we've got this deal over the line, but release it this way. And then boom, we're back on the good side of the fans. So, lads,
they're saying that they rejected that bid before the ESL thing crumbled, so... Apparently that bid was
so it just shows they're not looking on selling the club anyway. So the fans aren't making the noise and they're not even interested in selling it, so they're not gonna go.
Yeah, I don't think they're going anywhere.
No, of course.
I don't think any of these American owners are going anywhere, and especially United and Liverpool. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Bruv, when you look at this, even though Arsenal fans are telling me that Arsenal's Kroenke's biggest earner in terms of his sports clubs, I can't imagine he has one that's as less successful as Arsenal, bro. Honestly, like, Arsenal ain't doing anything. They're not going nowhere soon, innit? They're not going nowhere fast, bro. Like, they're failing, innit? At every level. So, if you're Stan Kroenke and you can get a few billion for Arsenal, I don't know what he paid, you fucking sell it, mate. Do you know what I mean? Manchester United and Liverpool... Like, Liverpool have won Premier League, Champions League in the last few years. Manchester United are second in the league right now. and they're probably not going to finish below that. So, yeah, I mean, share prices are calm. Like, do you know what I'm saying? The value of the club's calm, bro. Like, same with Liverpool. Liverpool and Man United are worth considerably more than Arsenal as a brand and as a football club.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see Arsenal getting bought because they're cheaper. And also they're not doing as well. Do you know what I mean? So the bar's on the bloody floor, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? So I could see that
I think
happening.
Arsenal are actually worth more than Liverpool, you know. Because I was
And
looking this morning how much.
And that's crazy. They might be. They might be, but they shouldn't be.
Not by much, but we're like 1.8 billion or something like that, which went much down when the Hicks and Gillette thing went on. But
yeah, and then Arsenal must be worth a couple billion. But I mean, as a brand, I don't know how Arsenal are worth more than Liverpool.
Meh.
No, I mean, I don't know how, because Liverpool have won a lot more, but do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones where it could just be from recent history and Arsenal's invincibles and their worldwide fan base, but I don't know. I would have thought that on the face of the club's history, Liverpool would have been worth more, but so yeah, that's mad. But I think in the current climate, to buy Premier League champions, European champions not so long ago, or to buy a team that's won fuck all in a long time, yeah, you would think that Arsenal would go for cheaper than Liverpool now if they were both up for sale.
Yeah.
So just given the positions that the clubs are in,
I think the big six are just, they're all comfortable, and I think they all know. And this is the thing that might keep, which I think could most likely actually keep Kroenke in like the job as owning Arsenal. I think it's more so the fact, as long as they've got each other, they're fine. As long as they keep out any owners outside of the top six from coming in and doing a takeover, for example, like Newcastle, who had their takeover thing, you know, like just absolutely shut down and told nah by the Premier League. If that's what they want, they're happy with the way it is now. Even if they don't get the Super League, they're fine with all them just being a little unit, because they've all got each other type of thing. Do you get what I'm saying? They're not worried about each other, they're worried about outside of that. So I'm more than happy, even as a Liverpool fan, say FSG will stay, I actually still want the Glazers out of Man United. I still want Kroenke out of Arsenal, because even though another knobhead could come in and replace them, once you start to break apart these top six owners and bullshit like that, I mean, yeah, you can get the new ones on board, but let's just hope these new owners just won't fall into that little trap, and we'll see how that goes. Do you know what I mean? But there's pros and cons, and I like to look at the pro side of, if the other clubs start to get rid of their owners, then we just don't know what's going to happen. Because how much confidence do FSG have going forward to make certain decisions if they haven't got the boys, the Glazers, to back them, and man like Kroenke to back them? Like, lad, you know how it is. In numbers, you're a lot more confident. So
yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
This is it. So yeah, well, that'll be very interesting, man. It'd be very interesting to see what actually happens. Now, my man said it's their biggest earner, but it's potentially their biggest loss due to its size. It's true. But yeah, it can go either way, innit? It can go either way. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, like in recent times, probably in the last 10 years, they've won more trophies than Liverpool. And obviously Arsenal's the biggest club in London, and London's the biggest city in England, so it kind of makes sense. However, they're not the most successful club in London in recent times. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea have surpassed them there. So, bro, football's all about eras and times, isn't it? And if Arsenal keep going in the direction they're going in 10 years...
they're just going to have older fans.
That's it. In 10 years, bruv, they're not going to have any new fans. Do you know what I mean?
Like, we'll notice it in some way if they don't start winning trophies in like the next year or two, because people don't care about FA Cups. Kids don't care about FA Cups.
They literally don't give a shit about those. If you're not winning the Prem or the Champions League, man are going to start looking at you sideways. And it's the same with Man United. You're going to notice in Manchester, more and more kids want to support Manchester City because United are crap. And they're not winning nothing of any substance. That's how football works. That's how football evolves. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's always been like that as well.
It's always been like that. So Arsenal are going to become cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as a football club. Like they are. Because if they don't start investing, buying better players and winning, they're done out here, bro. Do you know what I mean? Football fans are fickle. We've seen it. Do you know what I'm saying? We've seen it already. So these kids ain't going to want to flip and support them. They don't even play good football anymore. And that used to be the one thing The one thing Arsenal used to guarantee was an entertaining style of football, win, lose or draw. And now, do you know what I mean? Bruv, them man are playing like Burnley and they're losing.
I saw something today as well where it was Arsene Wenger, his lowest ever points tally was 63 points. If they win the rest of their games this season, Arsenal will be on 61 points. Just let that sink in, bro. They would have to win every game. Bear in mind, there's still like 5 games left.
To still fail.
To still be less than that.
Oh, mate.
And that was an Arsene Wenger who's doing a shit job, bro.
Apparently.
Beef for you. If that was me in hindsight. That's why I wouldn't like... It's why, do you know these Klopp out brigaders and these people who are setting up them like sort of bandwagons? I just stay far away from it because be careful what you wish for. Who said that at the time as well? Was it Gary Neville? Like, be careful what you wish for when you say you want Arsene Wenger out type of thing.
Yeah, probably, because Gary Neville was out here trying to defend every manager, bro, because he got sacked, and ever since then he's been on the managers' union, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just how it is, bro.
It's funny, and he lads when he... Yeah, you probably shouldn't be talking about Gary Neville. He wants everyone in.
He wants everyone in, bruv. He got sacked, and now, bruv, he's got a soft spot for everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like he was the one that's saying, "Oh, it's a travesty that United sacked David Moyes and that." Like, yeah, Gary Neville's head's gone when it comes to those kind of things. He's got a personal investment.
Yeah, it's more so what they should have done. Even though he might have ended up retiring by now anyway, what Arsenal should have really done was focus more on Kroenke and keep a good coach, which they had in Arsene Wenger, and since then they've struggled to replace him. So, like, and it's evident, lad, because even though Kroenke is a shit owner, but they've still bought players to where they should be doing better. That's just my opinion. Do you get what I mean? I'm not saying Mikel Arteta has had all the resources, but if I see you get a Thomas Partey, and, well, even though he never got Nicolas Pepe, but a year before, you've got a £72 million winger that hopefully by now will start to kick in. He's had his test this season. How does he do at this point? Like, they haven't lived up to expectation. It's not that they've got shit individuals all over the pit. On paper, they've got a much better team than most squads. They're not the 10th best team in the league on paper. I'll tell you that for free, in the 10th.
They're not.
And they've been there all season. They're not a top 6 side, and that's because you can say it's poor ownership, and I agree, that has a part to play, but it's not everything. Whereas if you had a good manager right now, I don't know, even like Unai Emery, I thought that sacking was a bit premature.
It was, but bro, the thing is in football, yeah, I agree and then I don't agree, because I feel like managers and players should get treated the same, innit? Like, if a player's not playing well, they get dropped, innit? Like, no one says, oh yeah, like, we'll give them a fucking season. Most of the time, football fans, if you buy a player for a lot of money, yeah, and they're not playing well, they're just like, he's shit, get him out. Like I get it, bro. Football's a results business, and especially with the amount of money on the line. And with a manager, it's a bit harder, because sometimes you see with a football player might be playing shit, but he's a good lad in the dressing room. Do you know what I mean? And like, people like having him around.
Oh, I think that about Manny now.
You see what I'm saying?
Just throw a name into the example.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. But then with managers, you might get managers that lose the dressing room. Do you know what I'm saying? They might be good managers, yeah, and they might have good principles. But if you can't get the players playing for you, it doesn't matter that you've got a good record before you came and you've got a good record since you left. You couldn't get the guys on side that you had, so I had to sack you, bro. And sometimes it's not. The job? But there you go, because it might be the opposite. Do you know what I mean? It might be the opposite. Sometimes managers have the dressing room, they're playing shit, but because the players are happy with the manager, they're less likely to down tools, which means he stays for longer. Now, I mean, that's the only reason why Oli wasn't sacked the 3 or 4 times where we thought that he was going to get sacked, bro.
Can I ask the chat a question, please, Rants? Just dead quick. Chat, if you can be an absolute legend, can one person just try and do like the most sort of... What did Arsenal line up with the most in Unai Emery's first season? Like, what was their average starting 11? If you can give me that, that'd be boss, based on the fact that I want to compare it to their squad now. And I know, like, hindsight's a beautiful thing, but, like, even at the time, you know, I still thought, like, you've just sacked Arsene Wenger, and now your new approach is this. It just didn't make a hell of a lot of sense from everything. So if there's anyone in the chat who knows the census of what that squad was, it'd be better to compare it to now and see what the actual problem is. Because I'm hearing Arteta's a good coach. So,
but that's what I'm trying to say, bro. So when you look at it, yeah, like for instance, with David Moyes, bruv, as soon as the pressure was on David Moyes, he got sacked. The reason being because he lost the dressing room. And that's what I'm saying. He was playing better football than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he had a better CV. And that's what it is.
What year was Unai Emery?
Unai, what year was Emery? Emery would have been a couple years ago, wouldn't he? Arsenal finished 5th, 1 point behind Liverpool under Unai Emery. And look, this he says: Leno, Maitland-Niles, Socrates, Monreal, Xhaka, Torreira, Ramsey, Iwobi. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of them men are still there.
Now, yeah, so Leno's obviously in goal still for them. Their left back's
Maitland-Niles is gone now.
That's better than Monreal. Tierney's better than Monreal. Bellerin's still there. Then you've got Socrates and Mustafi. I put David Luiz and who's the other lad they've got? Gabriel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put him above them too.
Yeah,
You know.
They're better. Also, Tierney's better than Monreal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Torreira, Xhaka's still there.
I don't even think Shearer would have started in this team, maybe a few years earlier, but in that season with Unai Emery, I don't think he would have started in this team. Torreira, he's out on loan at the minute. They've still got Xhaka and then Guendouzi. Guendouzi should still be in that midfield. I don't even know why he's not. And again, that's also down to Arteta, because he was the one who had personal issues with Guendouzi.
Yeah, he kicked him out.
Do you know what I mean, lad? So, and that's been one of their biggest issues. Plus, I put Partey over both them midfielders. Yeah. Both of them.
Even though he's been stinking the place up.
Been stinking like shite, lad, but you still have him above them too. You know what I mean, bro? And then obviously Aubameyang and Lacazette, fair play to Arteta, because he's got like older versions, but it seems like they're actually, well, not Aubameyang as much, but Lacazette seems to be doing better. Do you know what I mean? Ozil, Mkhitaryan, they had a little bit more creativity, but they've got Odegaard at the minute, even though they've only had him for a few months. I think they've got a better team now, and the worse.
It's close. I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying. And that's what I mean, bro. So that's why it'd be interesting to know what goes on behind the scenes, my guy.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Because honestly, in football, there's so many different reasons why players get new contracts. Players don't get new contracts. Players get sold. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the same with managers, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes, yeah, if you can keep the players happy, you'll keep your ass in a job a bit longer. And that's just what it is. So
facts.
We don't know. I don't know Arteta's relationship with the players or anything like that, but I don't know. Yeah.
Have you finished what you was? I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah. Bottom line is, I don't know, but behind the scenes, what's going on?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Speaking of behind the scenes and speaking about managers, Jose Mourinho's just been sacked. Why do you think that was? Because can I throw out my conspiracy theory? Because I heard something. It was like, it might even be out there. I'm not too sure, but I just heard something from someone.
What, the voice note thing that got leaked?
Oh no, I don't know about that. Oh no, I haven't even.
Did you not hear the Jamie Redknapp voice note that got leaked?
Nah.
Alright, bruv, I'll play it now, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah, man. Hey, lad, I haven't heard this, so this is my reaction to it. Has this been out for like a few days?
Yeah.
Why haven't I clocked that?
1 minute, I'll tell you.
Yeah, while you're finding that.
No, I'll find it because I sent it to my mum the other day. Look, here, hold on, 1 sec.
Yeah, man.
I heard it was based on where they were in the league in terms of when they sacked him. So if the Spurs sacked him when he was in the top 4, I think he got 30. If they sacked him when he was in the top 6, he got a different amount. And the fact they're sacking him when he's not in the top 6 takes that down to like 4 or 5, even less than that million. So that's why Daniel's done it now, rather than wait. I mean, I don't get why he's done it during the cup final on Sunday, but they are fucking clowns there.
Yeah, lads, that's what I was going to say. So that's where I've heard it from, because I heard it from my mate, and I was like, wow, that sounds like legit, you know what I mean? Like, that sounds like a good enough reason. But, yeah. Well, I was only going to ask, what do you think it is? But if that's basically what it is.
Bruv, that's about as lig as it gets, mate. You know what I'm saying? That's about as lig as it gets from the horse's mouth and that, bruv.
And that's the only thing that makes it make sense. Because anything around that point, nothing else made sense. Like, I heard a rumour, he didn't want to take the players out for training. You don't sack him.
Yeah.
You don't sack a manager for something like that, on the spot. Like, that was just bollocks. So to hear that made a lot more sense. Still wouldn't have done it. You probably would have finished outside that position, so...
That's what I'm saying, bruv. So, honestly, it just makes sense, bro. Do you know what I mean? It just makes sense. It makes a lot of sense why they sacked him then. Do you know what I mean? And you know that Levy's a cheapskate. Man, them been knowing that. They could have got Jack Grealish. They didn't want to pay something stupid for him when he was at Villa. When Villa went down, yeah? Like, I swear it wasn't even 10 million. They didn't want to pay it. And now look at Jack Grealish. Do you know what I mean? Like, nah, Levy's he's a frugal don, blood. He don't want to part with his money. And this is what happens, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%, lads. It's been... Tottenham... It's like they've just had an era that was like a good era for that club.
Yeah.
Fuck all out of it, lad.
Brother, that's it. The proper like nearly club. You know the ones that they had the most entertainment, the most entertaining nearly in Premier League history, bruv.
And I thought we were a bottle job team. I grew up with that mindset. Like, yeah, my team just bottles it. Like, that's the way I thought, you know what I mean? Because all my life, besides 2005, which I can barely fucking remember, like, mate, that, we haven't done nothing. So now I finally got that thing up. But Tottenham, mate, they're getting nothing. And it's like, now that they're out of this era and out of this stage, who's to say they're going to be better next season? There's literally no evidence that points towards that. Ryan Mason as manager and a tight owner who you've just mentioned, when it comes to actually buying at the right time, he doesn't make that decision. And then he leaves it too long, and then he'll buy players that in the long haul you just didn't need. And it doesn't work out.
Bro, we'll see, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? That Spurs win a one-horse race and finish third, blood. Like, that's just kind of what it is, bro, right now. So, it'd be super, super, super interesting to see how this unfolds. They're getting linked with Maurizio Sarri now. Nagelsmann's been announced to Bayern Munich. I think Sarri would do yeah. They're just
okay.
Yeah, it's just compensation, 20 million euros they want for him or something like that. They'll get it as well. Bayern will pay it. Do you know what I mean? And
wait, Leipzig won 20 million for
the manager, yeah. Absolutely. Chelsea paid like 36 million for Mourinho.
Fuck off.
Yeah, from Porto.
Like, paid the manager or the club?
No, they paid the club for the manager.
Judy, yeah. I didn't know that, Rants. You've just taught me something there, brother.
Bruv, I think they paid for Villas Boas as well. Yeah,
Mourinho was 36 million.
Bruv, I think they paid for Villas Boas as well, bruv. Chelsea paid for managers, bro.
Wait there, fuck off. Mourinho was in like 2004. They paid 36 million then.
They had to buy out his contract. Yeah, some compensation or something. They paid for him, bro.
Did not know that.
Bruv, they paid for Villas Boas as well, blood. Know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, that, innit? I didn't know that you spent money on managers. 20 million, bro. Nagelsmann. Hey, fair play to him for the fact he's what, like...
Bruv, they paid 13 million for Villas Boas, bro. 15 million euros, bro.
Did they, yeah?
Yeah, bruv. That's what, bruv. They buy managers, bro.
FSG would never buy a manager, Barely buy fucking players. They barely get a centre back on loan when they need it, lads. They wouldn't buy a manager. They'd just be like, who's the best one that's available for free? You know what I mean? Like, lad, we were lucky last time. We had options. We had Carlo Ancelotti on the table. We had Jurgen Klopp on the table when we were looking for a manager. We were looking for it in a good moment. We sacked Brendan Rodgers at a very good time in hindsight, actually. A very good time. 8 games in. But
that's what I'm saying. My man's saying Leicester paid Celtic for Rodgers as well. Bro, it happens quite a lot, bro.
I wish that I found out about this earlier.
Yeah, it happens a lot, bro. You have to pay their contract out, compensation and that. Do you know what I mean? United did pay for Oli as well. You're right. United did pay for Oli. They did. They paid for Oli because he still had a contract. Yeah. You pay for managers, bro. If they're still in a contract, you have to buy them out. Cause...
Wait there, though. Wait, so they paid him to be the interim, or they paid him when he became the full manager?
They paid Mulder £1 million for him.
For him to be the interim manager?
Yeah, bro.
fucking hell, lads.
Bro, look at this.
Just fuck my brain up
Swansea, look, 6.2 million euros. Brendan Rodgers, bro. They pay for managers, bro.
You know I'm confused because I'm swearing a lot. Like, this is proper new information to me, you know, lad. Like, when I find out new information, that's just what I say. I go, fuck off. But it's not me telling you, bro.
Honestly, yeah, they pay money for managers all the time. All the time, bro. You have to pay out their contract if you want them to break the contract early, just like a player. You have to pay for them.
Well, these news papers are dickheads, lad, because they don't put it in the headlines. Like,
no, they don't. They don't put that in
for 5 million.
Yeah, they don't say that because they don't care about that. They only do it with players.
I click on that. Brendan Rodgers signs for Leicester for 5 million.
It's true. They should do that. You know what I mean? They should do that. You know what I mean? But yeah, they pay money. That's why I remember when Mourinho
living under the shed.
Yeah, because when Mourinho first signed for Chelsea as the special one, they paid dough for him, like they were buying a player, bruv. You know, like that. He just won what, the Champions League with Chelsea, with Porto, and they paid top whack for him, bro. Top whack, like they were buying a player, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they got money. They got money for Jose. So it's one of them ones where it's crazy, bro. Like, it's actually crazy. This happens in football all the time.
Because of new contracts and that, I just didn't know you paid the club. That's interesting. That's very
interesting.
Yeah. Nah,
that's what I mean.
As well, signing for the club for 20 million at the age of, how old is he? Like 30?
34 or something, yeah.
Behave yourself, and he's like, lad, just thinking, like, if he manages for the next 20 years, he's still gonna be like a young manager, like a 50-year-old. He's barely that old. Do you know what I mean? So
it's true. If you're 40, you're a young manager in football, bro.
Very young manager if you're 40. I've always like Brendan Rodgers. He's only in his 40s, I believe.
Okay, I found this.
Bruv, man, like Siri just moving.
Shitty, lads.
Siri just started chatting to me, bruv. What the hell, bruv? You see these phones, man?
You need to change the title. Rants X James X Siri.
Yeah, bruv. Later, Siri just jumped in, bruv.
Made an appearance out of nowhere.
That's what I mean.
Shit myself when my phone does that. I'm like, who was that? You know what I mean? Like, looking round me, thinking, who just
it's mad, fam. That's how you know this thing's always listening, bro. Always listening, my guy.
I always think that. Like, I don't want to try and make this a conspiracy theory show, right? But mate, this here is some seedy shit. Like, I'll tell you that now. I always think as well, lad. Yeah. Do you reckon it's always looking at you? So do you know that camera? Because it's always on.
No, but now there's a new setting on the phone that when the camera's on, yeah, the light goes green, innit?
I beg you tell me this setting, because lads, I don't want them spying on me no more.
Yeah, no, but what happens is, yeah, when you open your camera now, there's like a green light, and then when your mic's on, it's an orange light or something like that, so you know when it's listening now, so it's calm.
Wait there, I'm sorry, I can't let what Statman's just said. Best German manager in the world. You do know, like, there's someone called Jurgen Klopp. Just in case you didn't know, Statman, just want you to get your facts right before you start splitting nonsense. Fucking Nagelsmann. What's he done besides spend dough with a team and got them second? Good coach. Say he's the best. Outrageous. And that's coming from the kids who said, man, he was the best player in the world.
Yeah, there you go. And now that didn't age well at all, but I hear you, bro.
I mean, for the moment, it actually did. You know, if you saw all the messages I was getting between, 2018 and 2020, bro, everyone was like, oh my God, you are right. So, listen now, for 2 years, I was Mr. Mach.
No, I hear that, bro. No, I'm saying, I flipping hear it, man. But fucking hell, man, you're a joker. All right, big up everyone inside.
I love this show, you know, lads.
Bro, it's just too much banter, man. That's what it is.
Do you know what I mean? And it's good to, do you know what, lads? I like the community that we build, not just even on this channel, because it carries over. There's loads of people from your channel who watch me now. Like, 100. You know what I mean? And it's the same people, lad. There's people in this chat who I notice in some of my watch-alongs and stuff like this. So just shout out to everyone who supports. Shout out to everyone.
That's what I mean. And big up for the 40k as well. The other day we see you, bro.
It. Listen, you know, you've been a big part of that. So big up to yourself. Big up for helping me with stuff like this. That's
well deserved, man. Come on, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Saeed just hit 30 on one of my streams the other day. I think yesterday. Like, do you know what I mean? And this time, 10 months ago, he was on 15. Do you know what I mean? So he's doubled his following in less than a year, bro. Like, nah, this community's nuts, bro. That's the thing. And
how many was I on when me and you started recording? We started doing live streams, I think it was like November or October.
Yeah.
And I think I might have been on like under 15,000.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that. Like,
That's up. Bro, this is what it is, man. That's what it is, bro. Like, I just love seeing it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I just, using 16K, bro.
The way
that's what I'm saying.
Know that these are OGs, lad, because they know.
They know. Do you know what I'm saying? And now man's there 40. That's what I mean. I love it, bro. I mean, I love to see it, man. Honestly, like I'm about to hit 60, and it's like, it's just sick, bro. Do you know what I mean?
One of them. Everyone's winning. That's what you want.
Yeah.
You want to just see the people around you winning. Like, I can't wait till we have our fucking meet-up party, lads. That's
gonna be nuts.
Gonna be insane. Like, we're gonna need to do just a madness. I can't wait, me lad, for the meet-up, the link-up. I don't think I've met Expressions at the 888 shoots. I haven't met you in person.
Nah, exactly.
Fucking hell.
Nah.
So
that's what I'm saying.
I haven't met Saeed. I haven't met like Aaron or anyone. Lads, I haven't met.
Because they're all in Manny. Do you know what I mean? But bro, once everything gets back to normal, we'll link up, bruv.
100%, my mate. Shout out to everyone in the chat once more, as always.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? Better. Love that, man. Big up everyone inside. It's always a pleasure. You already know. Do you know what I mean? Back again tomorrow with Culture Cams at 1. Obviously, we got the Champions League watch-alongs Tuesday, Wednesday. So, yeah, man. Like, it's going to be a good week, man. Like, European football week. There's going to be some good games in the Champions League for sure.
Chelsea, Real Madrid is one.
Yeah. I can't foresee a bad game in the Champions League. There's 4 good teams left. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. We're just
games for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you've
got the Chelsea Real Madrid one's going to be more of a chess match, and then
De Bruyne versus Neymar. That's the one that I want, lads. Like, listen, I think them two are the 2 best players in the world.
Yeah, they're up there.
Them 2 are the best. Or, like, if you don't put De Bruyne, he's in, like, the top 3 or top 5. Like, we know Neymar's there anyway, bro. That's one that I licking me lips for, G. And then Chelsea, Real Madrid, because that's more one that I'm interested from, like, a tactical point of view. Because you've got Chelsea there with, like, Tuchel, and he's chilling, just winning games tactically. And then even Zinedine Zidane, he beat us.
Bad boy.
By the way, he knew he would beat us. Keep the ball. He knows he's got the midfield that can keep the ball better than we do. You know, stupidly, we never started Thiago, which took away from that and added to him. But he done what he needed to do. Great match. Listen, lads, I'm all for it. Who do you reckon will go to the final?
PSG.
Do you reckon PSG? Yeah?
PSG, Real Madrid final.
Okay.
I'm saying City always bottle it, man. You know what I mean? They always bottle it in the Champions League. I see City bottling it over 2 legs. And Poch's already beaten Pep over 2 legs with Tottenham, bruv. I think he'll do it again. I don't know why.
I think it's going to be the other way around. I think it's going to be Chelsea and Man City. I think Chelsea... I think Chelsea are going to win it. Like, I agree that, like, City are going to bottle it, but I think they're going to go one step further, and Chelsea are going to win the whole damn thing. I just have this weird feeling, G. Like, and it's because, for me, I like to dictate of who's the hardest to beat. Like, who's the most hard to... Chelsea? For me, Real Madrid, very good team, but they've still got areas in their squads where they might have an injury or they might have like, I don't know. Chelsea, though, like, even PSG and City, they can still be beat. Chelsea can be beat as well, but circumstances have to play a factor.
I hear you. Yeah, we'll just have to see. But bruv, like, I'm gonna enjoy it, bruv. 2 legs. I mean, they're going to be tense, man. So it's a great week for football, man.
That's a week. Listen, it'll be a good one. Be a fucking good one. Unless you're a Spurs fan, it's never a good week if you're a Spurs fan.
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, big up you, man. Smash the like. Obviously, you got your Rants react coming. The guy said who we're doing. This week, we're doing Maradona this week.
I'm enjoying that show.
It's so fun, bruv. Maradona, Iniesta, Marcelo, and Martial for you lot. Because you, man, keep asking me for it. But yeah, bruv, the Marcelo one, bruv, listen, Marcelo's such a baller. Bear man sleeping on Marcelo, bruv, so I can't wait. Kaka's next week. I got Thiago, Kaka, De Bruyne, and
what Liverpool players have you done?
Bobby at the moment, and doing Thiago next week. Next week I got Kaka, Thiago, De Bruyne, and Tony Cruz, blood. So it's just midfielders next week.
Do you know who I recommend? Just type in Luis Suarez 13, 14.
Oh no, it's coming, bruv. It's coming.
Lad.
Suarez is coming, bro. Suarez
Luis
is
Suarez.
was a cheat code that year, bruv. Do you know what I mean? I was thinking about doing it.
Insane.
I done Ozil this weekend, but the Premier League pulled it down, so I need to find another comp. The copyright, they pulled it down. They pulled down Scholes, Henry, and Ozil, bro.
Well.
Ozil's one is sick, bro. So I found another one of Ozil, but yeah, like the Scholes, Henry, and Ozil that they pulled down, sick comps, man. I'm fuming about it. Do you know what I mean? So we're gonna find the other ones and get them back up. But yo, the Marcelo, bruv, listen, I can't wait, man.
I enjoyed that Bergkamp one that you done. I got to see
he's
that
different.
That was
he's a different kind of player, man.
Gives you the thing, especially someone like younger like myself. I've saw highlights of him before, but I don't respect him like the way you would, because you got to see him week in, week out and whatnot. Whereas when I'm watching shit like that, I'm there like, wow, there's not even players nowadays who's doing some of the shit that he was doing. Like, these are actually proper ballers from back then. Because people think the more football evolves, the better everyone gets. It's not really the case.
It's
like,
not really the case.
UFC, if you compare fighters now to 10 years ago, fair enough, like this day and night, even maybe with boxing, but when it comes to pure football, mate, like it's mad. It's mad.
Yeah,
actually.
it's almost like a different game. It's almost like a different game.
Yeah, defo, lad.
So yeah,
I think,
man.
like, systems have become too much a part of it.
But they have systems have become more important. Athleticism's become more important, and technical abilities become less important. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of what it is. So, like, the last of like the technical high end players is gonna be in this era, and then after this era, after Messi retires and Neymar's out of here, and that, you're just gonna see loads of quick players, man, and that's just the way the game's going now. Do you know what I mean? The likes of players like the Bergkamps and that, you'll never see those again. Like, that's gone now. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, all that, that's gone now. Do you know what I mean? We just have to admit that it's dead now.
The Ronaldinho era was a fun era.
It was indeed, man. Do you know what I mean? So big up everyone that's interacting with the Rants Reacts. Obviously, I got the playlist there, so you can go through all of them. Yeah, man. Smash up the likes, people. Back again 1 p.m. Make sure you follow James's channel. Obviously, as usual, the link is in the title, the blue hyperlink. Click that. Make sure you follow him. Get over there if you haven't already. And yeah, bruv. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock.